both miracles. Why Jesus performing miracles?
He teach about himself and then to show God's power behind him. So, Jesus is Son of God.
Yeah.
So, he's from God.
Yeah. So, you know, when Jesus healed out of compassion to give life, also give glory to God. And one of the main purpose is to reveal who He is, who Jesus is, through the miracle. So when Jesus performed one miracle, Jesus revealing that even though he's human, he is God. Inside, he is God. So Jesus is revealing God's power. So when we see his miracle, we know he is God. That's the purpose. Question 2.
Through the miracle of feeding 5,000 crowds, what did the crowd learn about Jesus? They learned Jesus had power from Jesus has power from God, from heaven. What?
Okay, before you go next question, can you read the verse 14?
After the people saw the miraculous sign that Jesus did, they began to say, "Surely this is the prophet who is to come into the world."
Yeah, they said, we are sure because of the miracle, he has the power of God, so he is the prophet who is to come into the world. This is the Moses mentioned about God will send among you a prophet. Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 15. You can check later on. Moses said that God will send among you
8 to 15?
Chapter 18, verse 15. A prophet like me, and you must listen to him, like that. So they were waiting this prophet, and they said, Jesus, he is the one, the prophet. So did the crowd had acknowledged the power of Jesus, God's power in Jesus?
Yes.
Yes, they had faith in Jesus. They believed in Jesus. Second question, Ivy.
What did the crowd intend to do to Jesus?
Verse 15, can you read? 15.
Jesus, knowing that they intended to come and make him king by force, withdrew again to a mountain by himself.
Yeah. So what did the crowd try to do?
Try to make him king
Yeah, make him king by force.
by force.
So by force means whether Jesus wanted or not. It didn't matter. They're gonna make him force to a king. So why they tried? What is the purpose?
What is the purpose of making Jesus a king? As 14 mentioned, they said, sure, this is a prophet who is to come into the world. They thought the prophet had come to save them.
They want to be free from Romans.
So they try to make Jesus so they can be saved
Yeah.
from the Romans' power.
They needed a strong figure to fight against Roma.
They, when we read the further next Bible study, they try to make Jesus a king so that they can continuously have free food.
Only that reason?
Hungry.
Yeah, food is food. Because they saw Jesus made with the 5 loaves of bread, 2 fish. Jesus fed 5,000. And then surely that if he's king, he can continuously provide us with food, free food. But what kind of a faith is that? What kind of faith is that?
It's based on a miracle.
To feed, they satisfy their physical life. or
Right,
physical
yeah. It is.
satisfaction.
It is. Some people believe Jesus, and as a guarantee that Jesus will make me rich and successful. So Jesus is my king, and then believe Jesus will make them rich and successful. It's the same thinking, same idea. But if Jesus become a king, what would happen? What would the Romans do to Jesus? Romans will come and destroy Jesus. So, or Herod will come and destroy Jesus. And Jesus would be in big trouble. But the crowd didn't care. Whatever happened to Jesus, he will defend himself as long as we have free food from him. That kind of idea. So, next question. The 4th question. What did Jesus do?
What did Jesus do when he knew their intention? Jesus, with one of the best plan is running away.
Okay. Jesus withdrew to a mountain by himself. So Jesus left them. Many people think that's faith. But Jesus would not stay with them. Jesus will depart. Jesus left the crowd. So it is bye-bye. Question 3.
What do you think that the disciples might have felt after Rome miracle?
Yeah. This is just our, possible guessing. There were 5,000 hungry people. Disciples were like leaders. They were giving out food, and then miracle was happening, and then they keep on giving. And people say, hey, yes, okay, I'm coming. After I give them, I'll be there. And disciples were really proud, leader, So after the miracle, what do you think? The crowd wanted to make Jesus king by force, but how about disciples?
Also, they would like to think they're gonna be one of the very higher position. If Jesus become a king.
So I think they were really excited, elated, and then, proud. Did they have a faith? Do you think? Did they believe in the power of Jesus?
You mean
Believe.
disciples?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, they
They
believe.
believe.
Okay, they believed because they saw the miracle, right? Okay, question 4.
What happened when the disciples went sailing? 18. A strong wind was blowing and the walls grew up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they met a storm, and so in Gospel Matthew, Luke all describe about this storm, and this was very strong storm, and the wind was wild, and wave was high, and the disciples were struggling. They thought that they were going to die, and it was at night. Do you think they have a light?
No.
Have you ever been in the sea at night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the beach at night, but not on the sea at night.
Uh-huh. How is it? How dark was it?
Very dark.
There's no light.
Yeah.
No light.
Moonlight.
Yeah, but when there is a storm, sky is dark.
Well, I was in the storm,
Uh-huh.
and then even it's nighttime and daytime,
Uh-huh.
and then nothing I can.
So that
Do they have some torch?
maybe
torch.
lantern,
Torch.
maybe some lantern, but
Or maybe this time nothing. No electricity. At this time.
Torch.
torch, the lamp burning in oil, and covered with something. So very primitive form of lamp. So they can have at least they may know where to go, something. But it is very dark, no light at all, because it was storm and sky is dark, and it is very, very scary. Yeah, it is very scary. Even during day, when there is a storm and high waves, it is scary. But at night, it is really.
They really could die.
Yeah, die. A lot of them die. Question 5.
What did they depend on as they struggle in the middle of the storm? Their efforts.
Yeah, their own strength. And then what else?
Skill as a fisherman.
Right, experience. This is not a one-time experience. As a fisherman, they've been through this previous in the past. So they know how dangerous it is. They know what to do. Should they lower the anchor or lift it up?
Lift it up.
I don't think it'll make any difference because for the anchor to work, it has to be very, very long so that it could cause drag. But the thing is, though,
I couldn't tell. I have more experience in the sea, but I couldn't tell whether anchor should be up or down.
I don't think there is the anchor. It's small boat. They have a rope. Those are small boat, not big boat. Right?
Yeah.
How do we say this thing? Row.
oars.
Oars,
Like oars.
oars.
Yeah, okay. But they weren't rowing.
Or
They
Or
did
a-
rowing.
OAR.
Uh-huh.
So they had the rudder, the oars, and their sail.
Yeah.
no anchor. We don't know.
But you know, they all knew. We don't know, you know, but Jesus' disciples were fishermen, so they all had knowledge what to do. So they all used their past experience, strengths, and somebody pump the water, keep on pumping the water to get the, you know, weight, lighten the weight, and another person trying to keep the lamp protect from the water and all this. Okay, so they are depending on themselves. They depend on their own experience, their own strengths, everything on their own. Question 6.
Why didn't the disciples expect help from Jesus as they were struggling against the storm? Because Jesus is not fisherman.
What? I usually think like that. Jesus is not
Maybe
fisherman.
Okay.
they are better than in the
They-
heart
Jesus
than
is-
Jesus.
So Jesus wouldn't be any help.
Right.
Jesus wouldn't be any help
They
in
are
that
better
storm.
in that
Uh-huh.
situation.
Okay.
How
Why they didn't expect help from Jesus and they were struggling on their own?
So Jesus wasn't in the boat.
Yeah, at that time,
Oh,
Jesus wasn't
Jesus
on the
was
boat.
there?
Was not there.
Was not.
Was not there?
Mhm.
Oh, had not joined them.
Jesus was on the mountain praying.
Oh,
So
so
Jesus
no cell phone.
Jesus was carpenter. There's no help at all. Okay. So okay, Jesus was on the mountain. What else? What else? They didn't expect Jesus' help.
Jesus can create food
Mhm.
and then feed, but the control of nature is like a disciple they think is too
Another
much to
story.
Jesus. Too much to
To me,
Jesus.
it's
Right,
like
right.
also,
Got
also
the
another
point.
thing is we are overwhelmed by emotion or some kind of the environment situation.
Mhm.
I forgot the
Forget Jesus.
Jesus.
They,
we forget because it's too much
Mhm.
situation is already like swallowed up.
Mhm.
So they couldn't think. They just try to survive.
You cannot see anything.
Right. That's a good point. It was a
Cannot
night.
see anything.
It was night, and then cannot see anything. So Jesus may not know, you know. Jesus may not know, you know, what they are struggling. So, okay, Jesus was praying on the mountain like this, and they were in the sea, and the boat is here. Boat is here, and then waves.
They figured Jesus didn't know about them.
Right. You know that this is night. Wind is blowing. It's dark. They are here, far away in the middle of the sea.
It's a lake.
Lake, but they call sea. Because this is at night, Jesus cannot see them. You know, that like I don't know what Shepherd Isaac is doing right now because he's far away from here. And it's dark. So it's dark and then away. Jesus cannot know their condition, their struggle. What else that disciples think Jesus cannot come to help them?
Even though Jesus knew that Jesus cannot come to.
Right, no boat. No boat. Jesus has no boat. You look at carefully, Apostle John really described there is no boat. There was only one boat here, and then that boat, the disciples got here. So there is no boat here. He really emphasized that point. There is no extra boat. So even if Jesus can hear their cries, Jesus cannot come because there is no boat. What else? Okay, so even if Jesus had boat, cannot come because there is a storm. If there is a storm, even Coast Guard stop. They don't go out because there is a storm. So disciples thought, no way Jesus can come, and they have to depend on themselves. Depend on themselves. So Jesus is, they said, it's impossible. It's impossible situation. But the idea is why they struggle on their own, because it's impossible for Jesus to come help them. Impossible. Okay, question 7.
How did Jesus come to the disciple? Disciple.
How did Jesus come to the disciple?
Jesus approaching the boat, walking on the water.
Jesus was walking on the water. He just walked on the water. He just walked on the water. How many steps can you walk on the water?
No way.
3.
Zero.
We can walk in the water.
On top of water, I could do 3.
Really?
No, 1, 2,
Running
3.
fast.
I run. I can make it 3 steps. 1, 2, 3, and sinking.
One.
I think there's people.
You know
they
what?
could
Why
do 5.
Wow.
why we sink? Because
Wait.
the
Gravity.
weight, gravity. Because of our gravity is heavier than water. So if we are lighter than water, we can float. But we are heavier than water, so we sink. So we cannot have even one step. When did Jesus come to the boat? And you have to look at this. Because John didn't write the time, same event. But one person look at Luke, Gospel Mark chapter 6:48. Another person look at Matthew chapter 14 verse 25. So what time? Around what time did Jesus come to the boat?
Mark chapter 6 verse 48. He saw the disciples straining at the oars, because the wind was against them. About fourth watch of the night.
Okay, about fourth watch. And then
And then he went out of them, walking with
okay, so Gospel Mark, Gospel Matthew, both of them, Jesus came to the boat at fourth watch. Fourth watch. This is the Romans time. They divide night into four hours. This is the guard exchange time. They guard exchange it 9 p.m., 12 midnight, and 3 a.m., 6 a.m. Which one is fourth watch?
9 to 2.
Between 3 to 6.
Yeah. So this is fourth watch, but they think it's between this. This is the, so some translation write it down early in the morning, very early in the morning, 6 a.m. So some translation just say early in the morning or fourth watch, so that maybe between this, but closer to 6 a.m. Jesus came to the walk on the water. So how long did the disciples struggle in the storm? So they got on the boat. They got on the boat when it was already dark.
Right.
Evening dark. And so, they sailed sometime, and then storm began. So at least how many hours they struggled against the storm?
I thought they would be sinking or drowning by that time within the first 15
Right. They were very in dangerous situation. But at least how many hours do you think?
6, 9.
Yeah, even though we do not know exactly, maybe at least 4, 5, or 6 hours they were, fighting the storm. Several hours. So it almost all night as a matter of life and death. It is really exhausting. When it's going to finish, when it's going to end, storm just relentlessly keep on coming. And they were exhausted, maybe couldn't go any further. It was really hours storm. So do you think while they were struggling like this, what do you think they felt?
Hopeless,
Yeah.
powerless.
Wow. They felt hopeless and powerless. What else?
It's my funeral.
Today is they might have thought. What else? What else as they struggle on their own, hours like that?
Miss their family.
His family.
I mean, they become very, very, very tired, in this struggle. And they gradually, the other gospel say, we are dying. They said, we are dying. Giving up, gradually giving up. And then they, despair. They realized their effort is not
Useless.
Their effort is useless. Human effort, human strength is useless in this struggle because the storm is so powerful.
In my guessing, maybe Jesus waited until they prayed to have a pray to God.
Yeah,
And then-
Jesus waiting for this time.
Maybe after they giving up their effort and they
Mhm.
start to pray, maybe at that time Jesus moved.
Right. Jesus waited until they become
Strong.
realize my own effort is useless. And it took long time.
Because
took-
they were expert.
They were expert. It took a long time, hours.
Like me, no experience, I giving up so fast. I give-
Okay, so we have to realize my own effort is not saving me. My own effort is useless before storm. Let's take hours for the disciples to learn. Okay, question 8.
Where was the location of the boat when Jesus was walking on the water? Location.
Yeah, location of the boat. The author clearly wrote it down. It's important, so he wrote it down the location.
Oh, 17. Where they got into a boat and set off across the lake for Capernaum.
19.
19. And when they had rowed 3.5 miles.
Okay, that's the location of the boat. Okay, so Lake Galilee is something like this. It's like in shape is like this, and then here it is 30 miles, and then this is the the widest. This is 8 miles. Where did they live?
North.
No, the boat.
Tiberia.
Tiberias is around here, and Tiberias. Jesus, where are they going?
Galilee. Capernaum.
Capernaum is around here. So, supposed to be this is the right course, but they met storm. So after hours, all night struggle, they went 3 miles or 3.5 miles. So where do you think they were both were there? You know, in the storm, we really don't know exactly, but they trying to go this way. So if this is 8 mile, where 3 miles, 3.5 miles is where around.
2 5
So maybe somewhere, this is 8 mile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 miles. So 3 miles is about this distance, right? So that somewhere around here, around here, 3. Hopefully they were in the direction of Capernaum. But all night they struggled. They came only this far. That's important. So, how far did Jesus walk on the water?
3 or 3.
Huh?
More than 3 miles.
Yeah, 3 and where the boat is, that's the distance Jesus walked. So 3 or 3.5 miles Jesus walked on the water.
But actually, that's not really far. 3.5 miles, around 5 kilometers.
On the
Right.
water? Walking
I mean,
on
the
water.
distance, the literal distance, physical distance.
But
Yeah.
Maybe 1 hour.
but the John wrote this down to show that Jesus really walked long distance. Yeah.
Over 1 hour. What?
More than 1 hour.
Thinking this was at night and it was the storm, so Jesus didn't walk the shallow water. He walked deep water, longer, 3 miles, 3.5 miles. So this is real. So who is Jesus? This is the miracle. So who is Jesus through this miracle? What do you see? Who is Jesus?
Creator. God.
He walked the water, on the water. So who is Jesus? Yeah. He natural law doesn't apply to Jesus. Jesus is above the natural law. So
Superman.
yeah, supernatural or natural law doesn't apply. Here is the natural law. Natural law. He is above natural law. But he walked on water. What else? So that Jesus came and then calmed the storm. Can a man calm a storm? No. So, even disciples say, who is this? Even the wind and waves obey him. Jesus, the disciples saw Jesus' power over wind. He was supernatural over water, wind, waves. They all obeyed Jesus. And Jesus was, all this that doesn't apply. We apply this one. Water, we sink unless you swim. Wind blows, waves devour us. It's like a tsunami. No one can control tsunami. We are under here. We are under this law. Humans. We are under this law. Jesus is above this law. Jesus is above. We are under. Yeah, Jesus is above. So what is the disciples or this distance? Or darkness? When it is dark, we cannot see, but Jesus saw the disciples were struggling. So we are all controlled by humans. So, our thinking is, our idea is, when it is dark, completely darkness, Jesus cannot see us. That's our thinking, cannot see us. What's our thinking about water? About water, we can come only by boat. By boat. Jesus didn't have a boat, so he cannot come. How about wind?
Too strong.
Right, there is a storm, airplane cannot fly, and then nobody can sail. Wind is too strong. Waves, no one can control tsunami. You just have to stay away. Distance, Jesus was far away, 3-4 miles away. So Jesus cannot come or cannot see distance. By this, we are controlled by the natural law. Natural law control our thinking, our thought. So all our thoughts are limited. So then, we are in a desperate situation. We think in our heart, even Jesus cannot help me. We are, what's the proper word? We are confined. We are confined under the natural law. Our thought is confined under the natural law. We cannot think out of it. But how about Jesus? Is Jesus confined? No, he is above the natural law. So Jesus is not confined. So this is the difference between Jesus and the disciples. The disciples are here. The disciples here. Disciples here. What happened when Jesus fed 5,000 people? The disciples, what did they saw from Jesus?
Jesus has almighty power.
Yeah, Jesus had almighty power. So food, Jesus multiplied the food. So they saw Jesus had almighty power.
But still, they
they are under this natural law. They are still, their thinking, idea, confined within their own thinking. That is, they are under the natural law. Jesus cannot come because he's far away. He cannot see us. He has no boat. They cannot even think about walking on the water. There was a storm, high waves. So they said, Jesus cannot help us. Okay, let's move on. Question 9.
When the disciples saw Jesus coming on the water, what was their reaction? They were terrified.
Yeah, they were terrified. So if it is about, near 6 o'clock or early in the morning, that really total darkness is a little fading, and they have maybe some light. Anyway, they could see somebody was walking on the water. So, wow, ghost. So 12 disciples were terrified. They're hugging each other out of terror and cried out, "Ah!"
Or maybe I already was there. I already there. I mean heaven or hell.
Okay. Question 10.
Why didn't they recognize Jesus? I think it was so dark,
Mm-hmm.
and Jesus is still making a little bit away from them, so they may
They
not
never
see Jesus'
expected.
face. That was the thing, never expected Jesus. So I think they never expected anyone in the water.
Okay. So if they thought Jesus as Almighty God, Jesus can do anything, they wouldn't be surprised this much. But Jesus was completely out of their mind. Completely out of their mind. So they didn't expect. So they were so surprised. Last night, 1:30 a.m., I came out the kitchen, and so I put one bowl on the counter, and something was moving, and I was so surprised. There was the bottle top was like leaning on, and so when I pushed the bowl, it was moving like. I was so surprised. I thought, that's it! That's it! Disciples, because they didn't expect, they didn't even pray, even dream about Jesus. So they were terrified, thinking it was ghost. But can somebody read Gospel Mark chapter 6 verse 52?
Or they had not understood about the Lord. Their heart were hardened.
Gospel Mark usually doesn't give the reason. They just describe event. But it's rare it gave this verse. Why? The disciples were so frightened because they did not learn from the lesson of Jesus feeding 5,000 crowd. For a long time, I didn't understand this verse, but now finally I got it. Why? They thought that Jesus was ghost and they were so frightened because they hardened their heart and they did not learn from the laws. So they did not learn from lesson 1, so they have to have lesson 2. Ellen, do you like it? They did not learn from the first miracle that Jesus fed 5,000 crowd with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. So they are getting second lesson. Okay, question 11.
What did Jesus say to them? Don't be afraid.
It is I. It is I. Don't be afraid. Question 12.
How did the disciples overcome all their problems on the sea? They were willing to take him into the boat, and immediately the boat reached the shore.
Okay. When Jesus came, all their problems were solved. storm calmed down, waves died down, and they restored peace. And, no longer worry about they're going to die. When Jesus came with supernatural, almighty power of God, that's what we need. When we struggle on our own, it is hard. On our own, it's hard. But when Jesus came, all problem was solved. So what do you think the disciples learned? Okay, let's move on. Question 13.
What were the miracles recorded in 6:18 to 21? A strong wind was blowing and waters grew rough. When they had rowed 3.5 miles, they saw Jesus approaching the boat, walking on water, and they were terrified. But he said to them, "It is I don't be afraid." Then they were willing to take him into the boat, and immediately the boat reached the shore where they were heading.
So John described miracles here. So what miracles he describing here? First miracle,
Jesus walked.
right?
on
Jesus
the
walking
sea.
on the water. That's first miracle. And he didn't describe here, but he calmed down the storm, the wind and waves. That's the second miracle. What else?
Immediately the boat reached
Right. What does it mean?
the arrived at Capernaum.
Maybe without stirring the water, just immediately.
You know what the John was writing it? This is the only gospel John writing. Okay, the Lake of Galilee was like here, and he was Tiberias. Boat was about 3 miles away, right? Yeah. So Jesus walked here to the boat. So what happened? What happened?
Still left a lot distance.
So Capernaum is here. Look at the verse 21.
Immediately the boat reached the shore.
The rest, they didn't row the boat. What happened? What happened?
Jesus shipped.
Right.
Jesus shipped.
The boat was immediately reached Capernaum. They didn't row it. Immediately, your problem
So
all solved.
It looks like the human journey until meeting Jesus, everything is hard, so tough, but after meeting Jesus, easy,
Right.
peaceful.
No, this is instant. Immediately, they got there. Immediately. So, when Jesus comes, that you felt all night it was impossible, you were dying. But when Jesus came, Jesus moved the boat in a second. Arrived here. That's another miracle. you know, I've been a Christian over 40 years, but I went numerous Bible study. Nobody ever mentioned about this miracle. Immediately. But John wrote it. That's why he specified the distance, all this. So Jesus showed them 3 miracles, right? Walking on the water, calming down the wind and waves, and then putting them immediately to the shore of Capernaum. Okay. Question 14. Everybody answered question 14.
Why was it necessary for the disciples to see the miracle of walking on the water right after the miracle of feeding? And you mentioned this is the lesson 2.
Right. I gave you a little hint. But
They didn't learn from the first lesson.
What didn't they learn? You know, in question 3, all of you answered. The disciples believed in Jesus when they saw the first miracle. All of you said they had faith. But why they needed the second lesson, second miracle, through all night struggle.
Why did they please and
It is their thought,
I think if they stop the situation that there is no food on the boat, they will believe Jesus. Like
Yeah.
That's true.
You know that it is their thinking. Even though they saw the miracle, their thinking is still within the human limit. Their thinking is human limit. Jesus cannot come because he's far away. It is dark. He has no boat. He cannot, see. And then it is during the storm. In this, within the human limit, they still think Jesus. That human limit should be broken, should come down. Their thinking need to come out of that. Jesus is God. He is Almighty God. He's far away, he can come. Is it dark? He can come. He had no boat, he can come. He didn't see us, it's far away, he can come. He can know. That kind of thinking. Second lesson, they learn. So, what is that, faith that Jesus wants from us? Break that human limit. Because Jesus, between you and I, we can think like that. You are human being, I'm human being, so we can apply the natural law. But between I and Jesus, we have to think him as God. And then because he's Almighty God, he has no limit. But we have to break that limit. If we don't break it, what's going to happen?
We're gonna die in the ocean.
You're going to have a storm training. Okay, question 15.
Do you need a storm training? Oh.
How about if you're in one right now?
Oh, do you think you are in the middle?
How about if you are in one right now?
Then you will struggle until you can go no more.
You feel powerless.
You will struggle with all your power, energy, experience, all this, and Jesus will wait for you until you exhaust all your human energy and human strength.
No. I say no. Do you need? No, I don't need.
How
Okay.
come you sure?
Okay, Ellen, do you need storm
I
training?
hope so.
Right now, I don't want it. I don't
Oops,
want.
I don't.
How about Ivy? Do you need storm training?
Does it have some under table meaning?
Eh?
Does it have some under table
No,
meaning?
no.
Meaning you have to face problems and problems and problems. That's what it's an expression.
You know,
Sometimes.
we don't need storm training if we believe Jesus is Almighty God. And we don't think, within all this human limit. Don't think Jesus with our human limit, then we don't need a storm training.
So I say no.
You already went through?
I say I don't want it.
You don't want
Me
too.
I
It
don't
doesn't
want-
matter. It doesn't matter. We want it or no, it doesn't matter. Jesus saw first miracle feeding the 5,000 people and disciples seemed like they believe in Jesus, but their inside heart was not really true. So immediately Jesus gave them lesson 2. Okay, we'll share what we learned today.